Alright, good morning guys. It's Tuesday, January 15th, 2019. You got alerted this morning, Stu. Thank you so much. And good morning, great morning to you. I am very excited about today, eager to make a trade. Obviously, guys, last few months I've been paper trading, so yesterday was a difficult day not to pull the trigger, press the button. Didn't end up doing it today. I want to, but we got a lot to go over today. So we're gonna have to get right into it, guys. Make sure we get all this taken care of before the bell. So U.S. stock futures higher this morning, earlier this morning, but came out under pressure after the Dow stock, J.P. Morgan, reported earnings that missed expectations for the first time in 15 quarters. Shirley Lewis in the house. Good morning. Good to see you in here this morning. Guys, we got a fun one today. This is going to be an incredible day. There's a lot to go over, so make sure you are listening here today. Brad the Baker, it's been a while, man. Hope you had a good time while you were away. I certainly missed you. Good to see you in here. JPM reported earnings that missed expectations for the first time in 15 quarters. So, guys, heading into Tuesday, trading on Wall Street, Dow, S&P, and NASDAQ riding 2-session losing streaks and remain in correction territory. So remain in correction territory, guys. But what happened yesterday? MBOT. What in the world, guys? MBOT. Let's get right into it, ladies and gentlemen. What's going to happen today? People are going to want to find the next MBOT, right? There's going to be a lot of sympathy plays today. And what are we seeing already this morning? A lot of press releases. I mean, a lot of PRs. These companies are, goodness gracious, they are trying to get the attention. So many PRs coming out this morning. Traders are getting excited. Companies are getting excited because we had an MBOT move. Now, what happened with MBOT? This one was unexpected, right? There were a lot of shorts I saw. Joseph in the house, good morning to you. Good to see you in here this morning. A lot of shorts yesterday blew up, guys. A lot. Not kidding. I'm not going to say that any of us are less capable of something like that happening to us, but there's some rules that we need in place so it doesn't happen. Because most of the time these stocks that go supernova like this are the anomalies. They're the ones that we're not expecting. They should be hitting resistance. They're not. They're just blowing past every line of resistance. So what do we need to do? We need to manage risk for one. Two, have a rule in your place such as this. I'm only taking 2 losses on a certain ticker, and then if I have those 2 losses, I'm out. So on MBOT, let's say you get in, you're predefining your risk, you manage that risk, it hits that level, your stop, you get out, you do that twice, and be done with it. So you're not trading it all day losing money, saying, okay, I'm going to find the top the next time, or the next time. So you're continually trying to find the top, and you don't end up blowing up. So let's avoid doing that today. There's a lot of plays today, so let's continue to move forward with our pre-market analysis. Today, what am I going to be doing? Vic in the house today. Good morning to you. He's the moderator, guys. If you guys have any questions at all, hit him up, hit us up. He's also an excellent short seller. We're going to go over some nice shorts today as well. Let's take a look at MBOT. So this is the first thing I want you guys to note yesterday. What happened? I remember this one formed a higher low, right, and then we broke 450. So 450, this was a trade on the long side if you guys were going for this. You break a 450, that was the high day at the start of the day. That's where we spiked, and so 450 break. That's what we were looking for at the start. 450 turned into support, after we broke that level of resistance. But what I want you guys to really pay attention to is the time here. This stock was kind of grinding until about 10 o'clock, 9:50. And with that being said, today there's a lot of noise out there. I mean, we got a lot of stocks to go through, guys. A lot. So what am I going to be looking for? I'm going to let the noise settle a little bit because volume's going to be very sporadic. It's going to be on a lot of different stocks. Let's see which one's going to set itself up nice because we can wait for that 9:50, 10 o'clock move like we did on MBOT, and then that stock is going to turn into the sympathy play. For MBOT. Gary in the house. Good morning, man. Good to see you in here. Let's kill it today, guys. Serious. There's going to be good opportunities, but we have to be smart. All right. We got to be smart. And so a lot of people are very eager to trade right at the start. They want to be on that next sympathy play from MBOT, which remind. So I saw SBOT popping up on the scanners this morning. It's just funny how look at SBOT at the end of the day yesterday. That one started ramping up to the close. No news at all. Some people are hilarious. If the ticker is like somewhat similar to another ticker, then people think that's going to be the sympathy play. And granted, it has been in the past before on certain trades. For instance, today we're going over ABIL, and that's very similar to ADIL, which has been a mover. So yeah, you know, people were just buying that because they're like, oh, this is going to be the sympathy play. Malik, it's good to see you in the house today. All right, let's get into it, guys. And KTOV's popping up on the gap up. KTOV. Holy crap. Gosh, this one wasn't, oh my gosh. KTOV, let's go over this one first. I didn't even have this one written down. I've been writing down 100 other stocks. KTOV, this one is pumping its way on up right to that 200-day moving average at 188, where it's going to serve as tough resistance. This one does have news on it. Let's take a look at that. It demonstrates its unique mechanism of action and anti-cancer effort. Yeah, so KTOV, this one is a lower flow stock. Let's see how, basically what I'm going to do today is provide you guys with the blueprint. But we're going to see which stock ends up building the house, all right? We got the blueprint. Let's see which one's going to start building the house, because we got a lot to look at today. KTOV, write that one down. All right, let's continue down the list, because we're not going to miss the next MBOT. I ain't going to let that happen. All right, not going to let that happen. No, but the main thing today, guys, is you have to protect yourselves against yourself. It's mainly us against ourselves, and that's what we saw a lot yesterday. It's like some of these guys are really good traders. I mean, they're great traders. But at the end of the day, when you have an anomaly like MBOT pop up and do its own thing, and you're not prepared for it, you can just get the rug pulled out from under your account. Paquin in the house today. Good morning to you. Yeah, good luck today. Good to see you in here. Good to see you in here, brother. All right. And also MBOT this morning. So, guys, I have a rule for myself. I'm not going to be trading in pre-market because it hasn't worked out for me in the past. Let's just put it that way. But this is what I look for. Stocks that are active. I was sitting here watching this. This is a 1 minute candle, by the way. We went from $11 down to $7.50 in one candle. That's an entry. When you have a huge sell-off like that, panic selling, that's an entry. Same thing when you see pops, really big spikes and pops, it's when you want to short. When you see big washes, sell-offs like that, that's when you want to buy. So I was very tempted there, but it's so illiquid, and the spread was like 25 cents. I'm like, man, do I want my first trade to be that? I was trying to avoid that right there. Volatility trading in the house. Yeah, no, I'm going to try to get some fills on my trades today, man. Good to see you in here. How's your trading going, Volatility? Oh, I think that's true, yeah. Release more shares to the public. Why do the companies do that? Like, every single time a company just takes on off, they're like, oh, my shares must be very valuable. Let's throw $3 million out there and dilute our actual investors. It's like, what are you guys doing? It's obviously going to come down. All right, ABIL. Let's go over ABIL. That one's a top gainer as well this morning. On our gap up watch list, 27% on ABIL after the company announced its outstanding line of credit will be repaid and converted into equity. All right, ABIL, as in boy, don't confuse this with ADIL. We have been trading ADIL. ABIL, let's take a look at the past chart history on this one. It is getting some volume in pre-market. There's a lot of stocks getting volume in pre-market, guys. And I'm telling you this, and I'll repeat this several times. I'm most likely waiting for the dust to settle and get that perfect setup. Because MBOT, that didn't take off till about 9:50, 10 o'clock. There's a lot of volume, a lot of noise out there. People are going to be way too excited. They're going to let their emotions take over. They're going to be trading right at the start of the day, and not one stock's going to get all the volume. It's just going to be sporadic. I don't want to get in all that noise. I want to wait for that one stock to become, get all the hype and attention, like MBOT, like we had that yesterday. So ABIL, we'll take a look at this one. This past chart history is pretty good. It's got, you know, spikes, comes back on down. This one is a pump and dump. More than likely, what are we going to see? If this one's is gapping up a decent amount, 35–40%. What does it do in the past? This one spikes at the start of the day, opens, you know, it opens up around halfway into these candles, spikes at the start, and then fades on off. Just look at the past chart history, and we'll understand the personality of this ticker right here. But with that being said, guys, MBOT was crazy. I mean, MBOT, the past chart history, it didn't have much range on it really at all. I understand why shorts were shorting it, but what's the important thing here? We have to manage our trades. Got to manage our trades, because it's just that one stock that, look, in the past on MBOT, you know, it doesn't look that great, does it? We have to manage our trades. Predefine our risk before we enter the trade. Don't just get in and be like, well, this is tough resistance. It's going to be the top. No, we can't be like that, guys. Come on. Got to manage our risk really well. So that's ABIL. Let's continue down the list. We got MYOS. MYOS. Let's go over MYOS real quick. Pull that one up. This one could be a sleeper. I'm going to go over everything, guys, everything that's going to have potential today. All right, I want you guys all to write these down on your watch list, because one of them is going to get it. MYOS could be the sleeper. MYOS, they announced a study results demonstrating fortotropin, the active ingredient in MYOS's canine muscle formula, prevents muscle loss in canines after. So, okay, it's a muscle recovery company. You know, they are focused on muscle development and enhancing recovery. Okay, so they got a catalyst. Good news. Let's take a look at the chart. Chart tells us everything we need to know. This one is a former ripper. All these upper shadows, fellas, just ice picks all over this chart. So MYOS, this definitely can get the volume and be a pump and dump. It's not gapping up very much at all. It closed around 150. It's up to 175 right now. Just keep MYOS on watch, and expect this one, if we take a look at the past chart history, expect this one to, you know, hit around $2. $2 is going to be, you know, certainly a level of resistance on the 200-day, as well as you see these upper shadows here around 220. So if this one starts getting the volume, expect it to be topping out around $2, $2.20. Around those levels on MYOS. John Wilson in the house. Good morning to you. KTOV. Yeah, that one is going wild right now. We got a lot to be looking at, John. A lot to look at today. All right, let's go over the next one. All these companies, they decided, you know, to come out with their PRs today, all at the same time after seeing MBOT yesterday. SFET, this one came out with a catalyst as well this morning. It has joined the Semantic Technology Integration Partner Program. So this one is a cyber company there. They joined this other company to combat cyber crime on SFET. SFET, this one is a very low float. Yeah, it's popped up on the scanners a few times over the last few weeks. It's very, very low float. It's yellow on the gap up watch list. What does yellow mean? Yellow means it is a very low float. Very low float on SFET. Keep that one on watch, as that one's going to have potential as well. Now, here's another sleeper I want you guys to be looking at. This one doesn't have a catalyst this morning, and I've talked about this a few times, this stock right here. We have a nice looking pattern on it. That's CLPS. This one spiked last Tuesday. Spiked and it just faded on off. Now it's been consolidating over 475. It's in a bull flag on the daily. Bull flag on the daily. This one, when it gets volume, is going to be a nice trade, you know, if it gets that volume. So just keep it on watch. We need confirmation of volume on this one for it to work out, but it does have a nice pattern to it. It's consolidating over 475. This one is a very low float as well, so if that one starts moving, it's going to be quick. It's going to be very, very quick. Short for sure in the house. Good morning to you, man. Good to see you in here today. Aaron, days like this. 8+. Yeah, there's so many stocks to see. Yeah, I agree. You know, these type of days are a little sporadic, Aaron. I completely agree with you. And that's why I was saying, you know, I'm going to just kind of wait. I'm going to let the dust settle. I'm just going to provide the blueprint for you guys, but we got to see which house is going to be built today, because there's a lot of stocks to be looking at. And MBOT, that one at around 9:50, 10 o'clock, that's when that one really became bullish and started taking on off when it broke past its high day. So with that being said, we're going to wait. That's my game plan. I want to wait, see which one's really going to get it, because MBOT, that one became a dip and rip all day. All day, baby. That one just continually moved on up, and you were able to, every time it washed out, pick it up. So that's what I'm going to be looking at today as well. Then what do we got next, guys? AYTU. AYTU. This one's getting some volume as well in pre-market. What's going on here? Their drug, Tuzistra XR, enters the $3 billion cough and cold market with 30 to 35 million prescriptions written annually. So nationwide promotion begins. Their drug lasts about 12 hours, for the cold. Drugs, the codeines now are about 2 to 3 hours, so they're going to try to commercialize their drug. The CEO said, "We have ramped up promotional efforts with our nationwide sales force, and the team is promoting Tuzistra XR to our targeted primary care physicians." If we look further down the PR, it says, "Warnings and precautions, risk of death." I mean, it says more stuff than that, but that's all I need to read, and then I'm going to say, yeah, I'll stick to Claritin. Alright, next, guys, what do we have next on the list? YTEN, this one came out with some news as well. YTEN, this one, if we look at the past chart history, I know it's not doing a lot right now, but this one has ripped nice in the past. I remember way back in the day. Yeah, I'll go over that in just a second. Volatility trading, what I'm going to be mainly watching today, because obviously I don't have enough monitors for all these stocks. But I want you guys just to have them written down, so you're prepared for these as well, because any of them has the potential. We just got to see where the dust is going to settle, where the volume is going to move into on these. Rick in the house, hey, good to see you in here today. Hope you're doing very, very well. I'm hoping to make a trade with you today, Rick. We'll see what happens. I want to be a little patient today and wait for that next MBOT. YT, and this one does have a nice past chart history. It did have volume this morning. It had some news, some encouraging results. I wrote down, the PR, and then just kind of highlighted those words that most people understand. Because I don't understand C3003 field test. Most general people do. You just want to understand what most people are understanding. Trading is about psychology. Where are most people getting in? What do most people understand as far as the PRs go? Because I remember one time, I'm friends with a nurse, and we saw some news come out on a drug that he hands out all the time, and that they were commercializing that drug. And he said, "Oh my gosh, dude, that drug is like a miracle work. That thing this is going to blow up." Well, most people just don't. The stock ended up fading off. You got to understand what most people understand. It's the psychology of it. Understanding what most people read and understand. Alright, so YTEN, this one has some potential as well. And KTOV, the hype and the panic. Yeah, buy the rumor, sell the news. That's why that's a saying on Wall Street, right? Buy the rumor, sell the news. Okay, KTOV, this one. NASDAQ in the house. Good to see you in here. Good to see you in here today. And guys, we gotta be willing to put in the work and time and effort, right? I've been doing this for 3 years now, and obviously I still have a lot of room to work. I was profitable under PDT, over PDT. I'm still working on that. Got a lot to work on still. That's why I funded small. I don't want to be risking all my money. If I understand that I have things to work on still. volume always, follow those. Yeah, that's what I'm going to be looking for, Vic. So that's what we're going over today, guys. Volume. Okay, what's a good short for today? So I think VBUS, this one is on the Bearscan watch list, guys. If you saw that proprietary watch list, the Bearscan watch list, VBUS, these guys, these stocks on here, no other scanner has the Bearscan watch list, guys. This is unreal. If you guys love to short sell, you will love this scanner. This is basically telling us what stocks are overextended. Alright, so we pull up VBUS. This one is way overextended. If we look at the 6 month, it's below and past the RSI, way over 70, which means what? It's overbought. It's had multiple green days in a row. It's coming up to that 50-day moving average, 514. What I'm looking for on VBUS is a pop, and I have shorts on it at CMEG, so I may end up taking a short on it. If we get that pop, I'll take a short on that one. But guys, yeah, I know some of you have been signing up for the scanners. Make sure to use the code in the description now. ISW Kevin is computerized, so if you use that code, it's going to knock off 30% immediately. If you don't use that code, then we got to go in and finagle with it. So just make sure to use that code. You guys will get that % off. And if you guys have any questions at all, I'm more than happy to help you out. Get all these scanners set up, you know, for yourselves. Some of you don't like to hear my mouth a little more. And you need them during the day. You really need these during the day, guys. Intensity scanners. So what am I looking at? What's my main watch going to be today? Well, we want to see how MBOT is going to open up. Never satisfied in the house. Good to see you in here. Good to see you in here. ACB. Let's pull up ACB for you. Yeah, ACB is uptrending really nicely. He's had 4 green days in a row. Going to be gapping up above the 200-day moving average. What's the float on ACB? This is a very large float on ACB. So you typically never satisfy. I focus on stocks that are at 10, 20, 30 million or less in the float. But yeah, this one is grinding very nicely. ACB. Tons and tons of volume on it. It's getting a little bit overbought. We've had many green days in a row, so if you are going to be trading ACB, just keep that in mind, because if we look back here, you see how it comes up to this 70 on the RSI, pulls back 70, pulls back 70, pulls way back. Yeah, so we're getting a little overbought, 4 green days in a row, coming up to that 70, so just keep that in mind if you're going to be trading it on the long side. On ACB. But yeah, guys, so what's the game plan today? I've said this several times, but I'm going to be waiting till about 9:50, 10 o'clock to see which one of these stocks is going to get it. Today's going to be hectic. I'm telling you guys right now. There's going to be a lot of things moving at the start of the day, but please do not have FOMO and just start trading any and everything that's going to be moving out there, because we got to wait till the dust settles. What happened on MBOT? This one around 9:50 is when it broke out, and then it became the play of the day. That one became the play of the day on MBOT. So I want to find the next MBOT, and also I want to be buying washes. So when we see that play of the day, when 9:50 rolls around, it's 9:24 right now. We gotta hurry up. This is what I'm going to be looking for. So pre-market MBOT. What do we see right here? Big wash. I want to find the play of the day and then wait for these big sell-offs. Because yesterday, what happened? This was the play of the day. It was grinding, uptrending all day, and it, you know, every time it sold off, it just picked right back up. Sold off, picked up, sold off, picked up. So I'm gonna be waiting for whatever the sympathy play of the day is going to be today to be sold on off before I pick it up. It's hard to have a plan on necessarily one of these stocks, because we don't know exactly what the sympathy play is going to be yet, but we know there most likely is going to be one. I will be watching VVUS at the start of the day, see if that's going to get a pop to short sell that. That's going to be my first trade probably if that one pops. If not, I'm going to wait till about 9:50 to see, you know, what else is going to be moving on up. But guys, notice how much of a grind MBOT was yesterday. Have you ever heard the saying long Longs take the steps up and shorts take the elevator down. That's why I don't really necessarily want to be buying MBOT up here, because I know shorts, they like that elevator. They'll go from floor 100 to 1 real quick. Secondary offering at 650. Oh, yeah. I'm not going to be, yeah. Thanks for saying that, Rick. Not going to be buying MBOT. You know, I've seen way more times than not, these stocks, they'll get a lot of hype and volume. A lot of people will be buying them. They're like, well, our company must have done something right. Let's throw out a secondary offering. And they dilute all their shareholders, and they don't understand that the people buying it now are just, you know, day traders. They dilute their actual shareholders, and then, oh Lord, it turns into a hot mess real quick. But that's the game plan today, guys. I hope to be making a trade today. Today I really want to be making a trade. Yesterday I was very eager to. Didn't actually take one. I'm going to be patient though. Not going to let my emotions take over and trade at the start of the day today. So if you have any questions at all, guys, please feel free to hit me up anytime. Would love to help you guys out. If you want the scanners, that 30% off is a deal right now in the description. Make sure you type in that code so you get that 30% off on those. I think you guys will be all set and ready to rock and roll. Thank you so much for being a part of Avery Day Trading, and I look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow.